Chapter 1. The Turning Point, From Rock Bottom to the Path of Wealth. There was a time in my life when I was completely broke. No savings, no direction, and certainly no plan. I had grown up in a poor family, often struggling to afford even the basics. At 21, I was living in my car. I worked odd jobs, washing dishes, pumping gas, working on a freighter. I had no college degree, no skills, no network, but it was in that period of darkness that I discovered the first great truth of success. You can become more than you are because you can learn. I started asking questions. Not why me, but how can I get better? I looked around at people who were doing well, not by luck, but by choice. They had habits, routines, goals. That's when everything changed. I bought my first self-help book from a used bookstore for 25 cents. It was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book lit a fire inside me. Not because it was filled with magical secrets, but because it taught me something fundamental. Success is not an accident. It is the result of deliberate effort, discipline, and clarity of purpose. The power of personal responsibility. Here's the first principle I want you to tattoo into your mind. You are 100% responsible for your life. It doesn't matter where you started. What matters is what you do next. When I accepted full responsibility for everything in my life, my income, my health, my relationships, things began to shift, slowly at first, then all at once. I realized I was the only person responsible for getting myself out of the hole I was in. That shift in mindset gave me power. It gave me control, and that control was the first step toward freedom. This chapter is your turning point. From today on, I want you to stop blaming circumstances, your past, or other people. You are the CEO of your life. If you don't like the results, change the inputs. The first goal, get clear on what you want. After taking responsibility, the next major breakthrough was setting my first clear written goal. I wrote, I earn $1,000 per month by December 31st. At the time, I was earning maybe half that, barely surviving, but I wrote it down anyway. I didn't just scribble it. I looked at it daily. I visualized it. I acted on it. By November, I was earning $1,000 per month, not by accident, but because I had installed a target in my brain. What you focus on, you move toward, and what you measure improves. So here's your first assignment if you're watching this. Write down your first financial goal. Be specific. Be bold. Don't just say make more money. Say I earn $5,000 a month doing what I love by insert date. That one exercise, done with total seriousness, can alter the direction of your life. Modeling success, the shortcut. I was working in sales at the time, cold calling, rejection after rejection. Then I met a guy in my company who was earning 10x more than me. Same leads, same products, same customers. So I asked him out to lunch and asked him, how do you do it? He told me what books to read, how he planned his day, how he handled objections. I started copying him. Within a month, my income doubled. Success leaves clues. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Find someone who's doing what you want to do and model their behavior. Today, you have podcasts, YouTube, books, and courses. You can learn from millionaires, billionaires, world-class thinkers, all from your phone. You have no excuse. The daily routine that changed everything. Every morning, I did 3 things. I read for 60 minutes. I took immediate action, something that moved me forward, even if it was uncomfortable. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. If you want to earn more, do more, become more. You must change what you do every day. Start with your morning. That's your foundation. The most successful people I've ever met own their mornings. They don't snooze, scroll, or stumble. They rise with purpose. Tomorrow, wake up 1 hour earlier than usual. Read something valuable. Write down your top 3 goals and act on the hardest one first. Do that every day, and in 90 days, you won't recognize your life. Your wealth path begins with character. Let me close this first chapter with a truth I learned early. You don't attract success by chasing money. You attract it by becoming the kind of person who deserves it. Wealth begins with self-respect, with character, with habits. If you become more valuable to the marketplace, more skilled, more focused, more ethical, you will start to earn more automatically. In future chapters, I'll teach you how to sell, how to lead, how to build systems, and grow wealth. But none of that matters if you skip this foundation. Start here. Run toward 100% responsibility. Set a clear written goal. Work harder on yourself than on your job. That is how I turned my life around. And if I can do it, you can too. This is just the beginning. Welcome to the journey.